Hello, hello, everybody. We are here. Morgan is going to talk to us a little bit. Morgan watched a training given by the folks at home office. And so Morgan is on top of those trainings, you guys. She takes what she learns and she really applies it to her business. And then she is kind enough to come in here and share that wisdom with us, which I'm so grateful for. So if you have the opportunity, jump on those training home office calls, not only the Tuesday calls, but the actual training calls that happen later in the afternoon. They're super helpful. They do give actual usable good advice. So this time around, Morgan is going to come in here and break it down for us, and we appreciate it. She's going to tell us, sorry about the munchkins. She's going to tell us about how she has learned to do hostess battles, and this is going to apply to your hostess parties, and how and she's going to tell us how it has helped increase the success of those types of parties for her. So she shared some pretty incredible results with the team the other day that she got from applying these tips that she got. So now she's going to share it with us. Thank you so much, Morgan.
All right, thank you. So yes, what I'm going to share with you is we had a training on hostess pop-ups or in-home and online back at the end of January. And I took a lot of notes because it was so different from a lot of stuff that I had been doing, but also I wasn't having really fantastic success with all those online pop-ups. So when you're struggling with things, of course, go ahead and try something new. And I was really pleasantly surprised that it went above and beyond my expectations. So in fact, I had a really slow start to last month in February, and these sales almost made up half of my sales for the entire month in 5 days. So I'm going to run through what steps I took and what worked for me. It's you kind of have to tweak it to make it your own thing. That's the same with everything that you're doing. Always, when you take stuff, make it work for you. But here, just kind of going to start and walk through my steps. So this particular hostess battle, I've done the 2 hostess battles in the past. So this wasn't my first time doing a hostess battle, but this was 5 hostesses. And the winner, instead of getting an extra free item, the winner actually got $100 to shop with. So I put a post out there. I had a graphic of some like boxing gloves and try to make it really fun. Who's ready to take on the challenge? Kind of talk it up and make it fun and competitive, and let them know that whoever signed up, I had the 5 dates, and whoever signed up and they would compete to win $100 to spend with me on top of their Lula cash, or their credits that they got for their regular hostess rewards. So I put up the post and I put the 5 dates that I wanted to sign up for. I chose to do back to back. So it was all condensed and was done in the 5 days. Once they were all filled, and I was not going to do it if I didn't have 5 slots filled, because I'm not going to have 2 hostesses sign up and end up giving one of them $100. My results wouldn't really be what I wanted to really validate giving them $100. So after that, I emailed them. And I think I have learned in the past that hostess prep is vital to the success of your pop-up, whether it's in-home, online, or in a battle. Whatever circumstance, you need to make sure that they know what to expect from you and what you expect from them in order to have a successful pop-up. So I sent them an email just letting them know, invite 50 individuals, send them a note saying, hey, this is when I'm having a pop-up. Would you like to join? Not really just blanket email out to a bunch of your friends or invitation, just adding them to a group that they won't really even notice. I've been added to hostess parties and didn't even notice until the day of that I was added. So that says something on the other end of it. You really need that invitation, that email, that message, text message, whatever, so that they know that it's going on. That is important, that they reach out to their guests. Also to let them know kind of what was going to happen. This is when I'm opening the party. This is when I'm closing. Here's the dates that we agreed on or that you signed up for. I'll post things in an album on the group page. I started doing an event in a shopping page, but I really found that I prefer having the individual group page so that I can keep in contact with the guests afterwards. So if they have any sort of issues with their clothing, they can easily get a hold of me. They haven't been kicked out of the party or anything like that. They can find me as easily as possible so that I can and keep up my good customer service, because that is important. You want to make long-term customers out of these VIP guests. So then I also let the hostess know that they need to participate in the party. Share pictures of themselves wearing LuLaRoe. Share why they like LuLaRoe. I've even had hostesses go as far as creating videos of how they style their items, which is really cool because that's something that I would typically do anyway. So they kind of step up and take that off, and the guests all know them. So that's nice. They already had that connection. Yeah, then during the party, the actual tagging friends that they see an item they like, oh, so-and-so, this particular classic looks like something you would totally love, and just tagging them and being engaged in the actual party. So I do that about maybe a couple weeks in advance. I check in with them. Are you ready to go? We've got the party coming up on this date. The first party is on the 18th, and just kind of keeping in touch with them, check in with them. I don't want them to think I forgot about them. Then on the 2 days prior to their party date, so if their party is on the 18th, I give them access on the 16th. I created all the groups. In this particular situation, I opened all 5 groups at once so that they were all the same. I wanted to make sure that each hostess had a fair opportunity. So the parties all ran for the same amount of time. They had the same access to the parties. I did the same post. I just kept it consistent each time so that no one had an unfair advantage. And that's just me wanting to be a fair hostess. Even though they all had separate party pages, they wouldn't know if I did something different on each page. For me, I felt the need to keep it the same. So 2 days beforehand, I gave them access to it. I gave them the link so that they could share it on their personal page or in their messages or whatever, and made them admin so that they had the freedom to go ahead and approve people. Then I created, so for all my hostess parties, and even I use it for some of my online album parties as well, I have a document that I've created that has style descriptions for each of my styles that I currently carry. And it just gives a brief overview. You know, this is the Julia, it's more form-fitting, it's got the mid-length sleeves. I choose to size up, true to size or size up, the same, kind of give them some guidance. So I have all of that prepped. I have a photo album with all of the graphics that I want to use throughout the party, my welcome picture, any games that I'm playing or giveaways. Thank you pictures, winner pictures, stuff like that. I put that all in an album, so I'm prepared. I have that ready for me. I'm not searching for stuff. I'm not creating stuff. It's all ready to go. Then I also have a document where I created the different posts. So in addition to already having the graphic, I have all the posts already typed up. An introduction to who I am, because it's important that they know who I am, so they trust me to give them styling advice, as well as, I mean, anything. I have my giveaways ready. I have all that good to go. And I even broke it down and gave myself a timetable. Day 1, this is what I'm posting. Day 2, this is what I'm posting. And sure enough, like, life happens. So no, they're not all getting posted at 2 p.m. But those of you that use the automatic posting, things like PostCon and everything like that, you would have all that set up and you could just do each day, repeat, 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 and they're good to go. So goals, I hope I can figure out how to use those programs. I don't know, I was like, technically, I mean, I handle all the computer stuff fine, but I don't know, apps are, I've struggled. So have that all done in advance and make it easy for yourself, because these were back to back and they were busy and I was exhausted by the 5th day, but I helped myself and made it easier by making sure that I had all this stuff prepped. So, oh, and I did want to say, one of the posts that I included was why to shop LuLaRoe, because they need to understand, they're looking at these prices and it's a $35 shirt. Well, that's a boutique price. Like, that's a, you know, boutique pricing on a shirt. It's not a $19 shirt from Target. But why are some reasons why they would want to shop LuLaRoe? That they're more unique prints, they're limited styles, they're so comfortable. I enjoy wearing it because I'm a busy mom. I need something that's comfortable and allows me to do what I want to do all day, but I still feel cute or beautiful. I mean, a lot of these outfits, this dress makes me feel beautiful. Like, that's something that means something to somebody, that you feel good about yourself while you're doing stuff. but also that it's an ethical company. For a lot of people, that's very important, that we offer fair wages. If it's not made in the US, it's made in an ethical factory. Fair wages, labor hours, a safe environment for their workers. So those are important things to people, that it's not just made off in some, whatever factory, that we know that it comes from ethical foundations. So that's a post that I think is important to share, because it's part of the culture of LuLaRoe. So on the actual party day, I let them know, I'm getting ready to load pictures or whatever else, kind of like the day of. I think I use my Why Shop LuLaRoe post to say, hey, I'm loading albums, everything's gonna be ready at noon. Then I do my check-in 30 minutes beforehand, and I preload all my albums. That's something that I've learned to do, and it takes a lot of the stress off of me. For those of you that are not familiar with preloading, basically I have a second, my husband's also an admin on my page, as well as I have a second profile from when I got put in Lula jail, or Facebook jail, that I have as admin. And so I remove my normal profile as admin off of my VIP page or whatever group page. I load all the albums, and then I make myself admin again. And the albums don't automatically post, but it allows me to go on about my day. Like if I'm at a hair appointment or something like that, and everything's preloaded, I just have to approve everything. And I do that right at noon. It literally takes 30 seconds to approve everything, and it all posts right at noon. So it's fantastic. It's easy to do. I can do it the night before. And so I was actually preloading for someone that I did have stuff going on. I would preload the night before, delete stuff that was purchased out of the albums that were already posted. So you have to make sure you do that so you don't double post anything. But then that was already done the night before. So I didn't have to spend every day reloading albums. I, in fact, could probably do it all on the first day if I had, needed to. So that's what's really cool, is you can load all that stuff beforehand. Make sure you tell your hostess, do not approve these albums, because my sweet friend went ahead and started approving albums for me, and I had to inform her, no, you don't get that unfair advantage. So just make sure they kind of know what's going on too. And that's part of when you're talking to them and letting them know. I also create a Hostess Hostage album now. That was a suggestion that went up, and I totally love it. So I had this really fun, bright graphic, and it says Hostess Hostage, help her earn it. And then I put that in a whole separate album, and I have her pick out the stuff that she wants, and I load it in that album. And so they know this is stuff that your hostess wants to earn for free. She needs 14 credits to get it. She needs 20 credits to get it. Whatever it is, we have to sell that many items for her to earn those items for free. So they thought it was really fun. In fact, I've had very positive reactions to it. Whether you're doing it as a battle or not, that is super fun for your hostesses. So you're and then you can check in, like, guys, she earned this first shirt, let's get her second. So that's fun. You can update on the group on that. So albums have gone up. I do all that right at noon. And that's my times, because like I said, if you guys caught the chat before we started, I'm not a morning person, so noon is a good starting point for me. Gives me enough time to just update anything I have to. Once stuff is posted, I give it a little bit, and then I start updating styles. So before, I would go ahead and spend a whole week up to my hostess party. And day one, I'd do my intro. And day two, I'd talk about the shirts. And day three, I'd talk about the skirts. And it dragged on and on and on. Now, once those albums are posted, I go ahead and I say, this is the Carly. And I put a picture of me wearing the Carly, and I put in a link to that Carly album. Shop them here. And they can just click right there. So if they think that the Carly is cute, they can just go ahead and shop the Carlys directly. And I do that with every single style, and I kind of space that out throughout the day. So actually, that's kind of more time consuming for me. And again, those of you that use the automatic posting apps, that would be really good. So every 30 minutes, you'd post about a different style. I do like to make sure that it is a picture of me wearing it, styled how I like to wear it. And just like that way, you're just giving them a little bit of style suggestion, and they're seeing the item actually being worn. So that was different to me, completely different from the way I've been doing hostess parties before. And I just love that. And I've tried it a couple times on my own personal page too. And those albums actually did really get shopped. So I did it with a Joy last week, and I sold more Joys at my album sale last week than I did leggings. So that's pretty cool because, of course, I would love to sell a $60 item over a $25 item. So it just kind of gets their attention to what that particular style is. I'll let that kind of sit because noon is an early time to post, especially even people that, even East Coast, you know, or for me, I'm Central. So we're still early part of the day. People get off of work and that's when I start seeing a lot more activity. So I created a "Do you want an outfit" post. And I started just posting style suggestions, just putting together outfits and saying, these are these styles, they're available in these albums. And I just started creating tons and tons of outfits. And this is where things started to change. I started selling 3-piece outfits, Irma leggings and a Sarah, Carly's leggings and Sarah's with you know, selling them true outfits. And I think even in my own VIP group, I found that they really like to see things as a whole, other than just seeing a cute top and not, you know, that's a cute top, but I don't know if I have anything to go with it, and they're going to hesitate. So I also let them know if there's a certain item that you like, let me know, and I will put an outfit together for you using that item. And that was extremely successful. That's where I think most of my sales started to come from, was people buying whole outfits. So that was fantastic. And I definitely suggest on LuLaRoe Fashion Fun, they've now updated. They do these really great kaleidoscope trainings, or they just put together these outfits that are inspired by colors, or like they have a 90s neon or this coastal inspiration, stuff like that. And they put together outfits that me personally, I probably would never think to put together, but it starts to challenge your pattern mixing, your color mixing, and realizing you don't have to have the exact same color blue in 2 items for them to actually go together, that you can play around with these things and start practicing your outfits and establishing yourself as a fashion retailer, because that's what you are. And number one, you treat your business like a business. So you need to be making sure you're training and learning these things that have to do with fashion and pattern mixing. That's your job. So I do suggest educating yourself on those things, so that when you go into, whether it's your VIP page or a Hostess battle, anything like that, you can quickly come up with these outfit ideas, and it will definitely help your business a lot, or at least it's helped mine significantly. So once I've created some outfits, maybe there's like, not every group, there was a huge reaction to that, but that I found were a lot of newer people. So I went live. I go live with every Hostess group. I have like a 3-minute rundown on my different styles that I carry. I try and keep it fast, but that way they can see it. Yes, I've shown you the actual pictures, but now see how it moves, because the perfect looks so different in person than it does in a picture. So I'll go live. I do a quick run through. These are my tops, these are my skirts, show them how stretchy everything is, how comfortable it is, the way it all flows. And then and then I ask them if they have any questions. If they don't, that's totally fine. I gave them a 5-minute video of my different styles, and that's it. And they can just check it out. Or sometimes it's turned into a longer live just answering questions, but I make sure that I make that connection and they kind of hear me and get to interact with me. Before bed that evening, I go in and I say, hey, I'm stepping away from my computer. Our hostess has earned this many items free. She's got this many more to either take the lead in the battle, or to get her next item free, however you want to update it, but just let them know, like, Brandy has to earn 2 more items and she's going to take the lead. Who's going to help her out? The next morning, I do a last call before I take them down. I do take them down at 9 a.m. so that gives me time to recover before the next pop-up. So it's 21 hours that they have access to the albums. And I do make sure I pull them right at 9 a.m. and I make sure I stick to it. It was kind of cool with the girl that won this last pop-up. She had 3 people that bought in the last 2 minutes before I pulled those items down. They were serious. They wanted her to win, and it was really cool. So they just knocked them out really quickly. After that, I do my normal wrap up with my thank yous. Here's my link if you enjoyed this and you want more. I offer for them to host their own. And just those normal, like, connecting things. That was a really quick run through, but that's just kind of how the whole thing went together. And in my opinion, the things that helped out the most with my success was definitely having the hostess reach out to the guests and making sure that they know when the whole party is happening. Creating those outfits and connecting those individual pieces to, make it wearable for the guests. That sense of urgency and cutting it down from that whole week of preparation to just 2 days. And really that first day, it's not even particularly active. That's usually when I just start the giveaway. The second day is only maybe 3-4 posts, and everything goes that third day. By day 4, we're wrapping up and we're done. So I went from a week and a half long pop-up, which is a lot of work for you, a lot for you to keep track of, like, what have I posted so far, to just 4 days, done. So cutting down was and creating that sense of urgency was awesome. Keeping it competitive. Thanks, Kenneth. And then going live and just connecting with them. So I think you still have to keep that, you have to keep customer service in the forefront and connect with them, but it's going to challenge you to do it faster because you don't have all that time that you've been building with your VIPs to kind of get their trust. So yeah, does anyone have any questions? That was I feel like I was talking fast, so sorry. Does anyone have any questions?
Hey, Morgan, I do.
Yeah.
On your hostesses, how you were talking about the album, that you put the things that they like into a specific album. Now, do you hold those items in case they're the ones that wins the extra $100 after the 5 parties, or no?
I did not.
Okay.
No, and I didn't have anyone really got their items that they wanted for that party. And then my winner, she's local. She actually came over and shopped for her extra 100. So.
Okay.
All right, Randy, go ahead. You're muted. Can't hear you. Randy? Do you want to type it out into the chat and I'll read it? I'll give it a moment. I did write some questions of my own as well. Anyone else? She is unmuted, Jody. I don't know what happened. It froze. All right, I have a couple of questions. So you said that you announced like who's in the lead, so you can be like, okay, this one is just this many pieces away from being in the lead. How do you do that if that's your first hostess or your second one and you don't really have that tally?
So with those ones, I actually did, like, when they had so many pieces picked out that they wanted, that she only has like 3 more to earn her second shirt, or what, like I just kind of did it based on what she wanted. So instead of being able to kind of tally, and I may kind of adjust that, but I do like to keep that sense of competition or competitiveness. I don't know. I guess I kind of question, is it fair that they get to have like more opportunity to beat the previous person? But my winner wasn't my first or my last girl. It was my third party. So I don't know, even though the last couple parties knew that they were like, they had so many to buy, they didn't quite reach everything. So close, but they didn't quite reach it. So
the questions that the girls are typing out is another one of the questions that I had written down myself. And I'm curious, as far as inventory prep, because running 5 parties back to back to back, I mean, how do you prep your inventory? Because otherwise you're really, by the time that you get to the 5th party, your inventory is so depleted, it's not fair. Like all the good stuff has been picked through, right? Or how do you prepare for that?
I had just had some shipments come in, so I was pretty stocked. Like right now, I would be totally comfortable hosting 5 parties. I have more than enough inventory to hold over to sell. I ended up selling about 70 items by the end of the 5 parties. And for me, that's really good. That's cruise qualifying numbers, and that's way above anything that I'd done before. And I definitely, 70 is not even a 5th of my full inventory. So they definitely still have a ton to look through. I did have to get more. I'm like the queen of not having leggings. So I did have to get more TC leggings. I was pretty much out. So about the third party, they got some, and I added like 5 more. But yes, like I just saw Candace posted, yes, because they're all new customers. None of them are seen, except for I did have some that overlapped, like that the friends had overlapping social circles. So a couple of them got to see the albums twice, but it didn't, I mean.
But did you hold anything back from the first party so that you could have new stuff at the last party? Or no?
I didn't, but I would rather I didn't have any deliveries during that week, and I would love to be able to set up for like this month if I order a week in advance. The way that shipping has been, if I order it, I should be getting it by like middle of the party, and I can introduce some more pieces throughout the party. And that way they do have some fresh new stuff. I think especially leggings, because I have tons of tops. As long as you have lots of solids in each size or something like that, they're going to be fine. They're going to find prints that they love, but for me, having those fresh leggings that are maybe more unicornish, but not a lot of them are really big. If they're new to LuLaRoe, they're like, I don't really want giant parrot leggings.
No,
like,
they
that's
just
not
want
what I
black
want.
leggings.
Yeah. So I didn't have any issues with that because my last party still sold 17 items. So they were just as happy as the first one. So
amazing. I mean, 70 pieces is incredible. Way to go. Congratulations.
I enjoy it. Thank you.
Now, when you said that you go live, do you go live as part of the prep the days before or the day, like after albums are posted?
After albums are posted. So that way, like I had a girl last night, and this wasn't, a battle, but I do it with every Hostess album. She had a medium Irma that she was looking at, and I was able to show it to her live so that she could see more of the detailing in it, and kind of, if she wanted to see something that paired with it, we could just do it right there on the live. And that's just connecting with the customers, and that's the kind of person that I know will go to my VIP page and become a customer for me. So
yeah, definitely. I mean, it really sounds like you, because I think that a lot of times people do the Hostess parties just as I'm just going to post some albums and then I can walk away and stop it and leave it alone. But you're working that party just as if you would if you were on your VIP page.
Absolutely, because these are the people that are hearing about LuLaRoe for the first time. That means I'm the first consultant that they have a connection with, which means they're going to come to my VIP page and they're going to shop with me. So I guess my goal of it is to find these new people to make long-term customers out of them. And I promise you, some of the most active people on my page are from online Hostess parties. So I definitely suggest you work those parties because they're the people that are going to grow your VIP shopper base. So
that's awesome. Now Brianna is asking, each party has its own group or what same group for them all? No, they each have their own group and you just open them all at the same time, right?
Yes. Yeah. They all get their own group, and that way I can spend that individual time working with each hostess. They still get the same attention. And like I said, for reference, I just felt like it was getting lost. If I only had the event really gets lost in your feed because we all know we're all invited to 30 different LuLaRoe events every day. So I like that the group I can go back, and I do just change it to open when the shopping's available and then close after it's done so that they know that the shopping's finished.
Okay, so do you have the hostess pick from the current party, her reward pieces, and then at the end of the battle, you just have them either come in person if they're local or shop from your albums for their $100 stuff?
Yeah, and that's what I guess I'm a little bit lax about that. Like I don't make them. I know that $100 is a lot of money to. Well, for me, that's still a lot to spend. That's on top of what obviously she had another $90 of the reward, so $190 that she got to shop for. So she had items that she picked out from the first party, so that went towards her initial. And I don't feel the need to be like, oh, you have to buy it now. But I do want to do it kind of quickly. I kind of suggest, hey, the pop-up's going today. See if, what else you can find. You still have this to spend. And that way I don't have to try and remember that she only has, $35 left or something like that. But, I know that at that time the inventory is depleted. She's seen it all. So if I can wait till I get my next box, I think they're happy that way.
Yeah, that's awesome. April, yes, she makes a new group page for each hostess party. And this is going to be whatever you prefer, however you prefer to do it. I haven't done the battles like Morgan's done, like she's telling us to do right now. So I'll probably have to change the way I've been doing it. But I have one hostess party group. I kick everyone out at the end of each party, and then I clean it up and I invite everyone back in. I don't open a different group for every party, because then there's a million groups floating out there that you don't need anymore at the end. But you can do that however it works best for you. If you think it's easier to just leave the group alone after the party is done and open a new one, then do that. But if not, then Morgan is opening 5 groups at a time, and opening them all at once. And like she said, she does all of the posts the same, and everything goes up like the same way in the same order, so that they're all getting the same thing and no unfair advantage.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, Randy, there you go.
I'm just going to squeeze in real quick because I have been doing I just kind of want to piggyback off of what Morgan has been saying, because I have been hostess. I've watched the same as, but my battle is I do 3 hostesses on one page, and I just do it, like I open it a week in advance. So I am still every day tediously posting the stuff, which hopefully I can learn how to use, like the Hootsuite or the Cinch, whatever it's called. So because I post my pictures of me in what I sell. I explain what it is, how I wear it, whatever. And then after I load, my hostesses are there with, their different group of friends. So they are battling at it all at the same time. And like every few hours, maybe like 2 hours after I post my inventory, I'm like, so-and-so's in the lead. Who's going to help the other two? I I do it. And same thing happened to me Monday night, an hour before my party closed. And it was a kind of a dead party. I was a little like, I was just like, looks like so-and-so's in the lead. I had orders coming in left and right. I sold 20 things in the last hour of the party. So
awesome.
Because I was just on top of it, like, oh, Alicia took the lead. Oh, Anne's in the lead. Who's going to help Brittany out? And I just kept feeding off of it. And everybody's like, they're messaging me like, well, my mom wants to tell me how much my mom needs to buy. And, my sister wants to buy. How much does she need in order? She really wants me to win. And it got crazy for a minute. My husband walked past the room and he's like, why are you sweating sitting at a computer? I'm like, it's intense right now. I ended up selling, I think it was almost 40 items in just that one party out of the 3, the 3 hostesses. But, like Morgan had said, like, you can't just post your albums and walk away, because a lot of these women, they've never seen LuLaRoe and they don't want unicorns on their butts. They want old prints that I've had since August. I've sold so many dupes and so many old prints in my past 2 battles that I'm just like, like, I'm just like amazed. And like, by the time I'm done, I'm like, oh my God, I'm doing something right. Like, you just have to like engage with them and, let them know, like,
make it a party. This is what we call it. It's a pop-up party. You don't invite people over to your house and then go upstairs to your bedroom and let them fend for themselves. So treat your party like a party, make it fun for them. And you guys are getting me so excited. I can't wait to try that with my girls.
Do a battle of a hostess on like a Monday, or and then I have like, I'll do my single, because some people are intimidated by the hostess, the battle part. So I'll do like just my single hostess parties. Like I leave a day in between just because I leave my albums up for the whole 24 hours. So like I did a battle on Monday. I did a single party on Saturday, and then my battle on Monday. And then I have another battle another single party on Saturday. So I do have multiple groups open, and they do overlap that way. So every morning, like currently this morning, I had to post in 4 separate groups, which can, you really have to like keep track. But I post the same thing in every group. Like Morgan said, like I have my scripts written out, and I do keep my old groups, because I do have so many going on at once that I can't just have one party, because I do give them, I feel like a week has been a little too long for me. So I give about 4 days, and then I just spew them with info, and I'm asking questions, and I'm playing games, and I'm doing the giveaways. And then once the party's all said and done, they have, like, the customers have been posting in the party pages, and that's why I leave them open. You know, that's where they're thanking me and showing me pictures of them and their new Lula. And if it's customers that I've never had before who aren't in my VIP page, I'm like, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you go to my page and post this on my page so people know what you got? Or just recently, you know, my winner, or she wasn't my winner, she was just my Hostess, who did an amazing job making sets for people. She won, she got, like, you know, 3 different outfits. I'm like, post, you know, why don't you post that in my page? And, like, you know, that hypes up the other customers, like, oh wow, you got all this free stuff just for hosting a party, you know? So it just, you know, it hypes them up. It hypes me up because I'm like, you know, I see their excitement, and it's, I don't know. I'm excited just talking about it.
Randy, are you the one that you had the Hostess throwing all the clothes up in the air?
No, that was Erin.
Was it Erin? That was a really cute picture.
Yeah.
And what type of giveaways do you do for your online Hostess parties?
So I used to do just like some Lula Cash. I don't do that anymore because people who aren't familiar with LuLaRoe are like, what the heck is Lula Cash? You know, like, I don't want a crazy dress with like toucans all over it. Like, what am I, you know, why am I even going to be involved with that? And, you know, so I do a Starbucks gift card. I will do a free pair of leggings, and I'll give them the choice. Like, hey, if you're new to LuLaRoe and you just want green leggings, purple leggings, red leggings, I don't have any black leggings, but you know, a solid, like, I'll give them that option. Or if they're new and they've won, I'll let them pick their free pair. They're like, oh, I've never bought LuLaRoe before. And I'm like, okay, you're new. I want you to be happy. You pick which pair you want to earn from me, or not earn from me, but win from me. So I do
that. I think that being that flexible really is key. If the customer feels like your interest is in not making the biggest sale or taking all their money or whatever, if you suggest to the customer a 3-piece outfit and they feel like you're just trying to push pieces that you can't sell anywhere else, they're going to be so much less inclined to purchase than if you really just show, listen, my goal is to get you out of here with pieces that you love. I'm going to teach you how to make them work with everything that you already have in your closet. I'm going to tell you, like, next time that, you know, you go to Target and you see a chunky necklace that's this and this color, put it with this outfit. Like, they want to know that you really just want them to walk away happy and feeling good. And so that because they see that passion in us, they want to feel that way. You know, they want to feel good about themselves. And so I love that, being flexible and really allowing them to choose and not making them feel like, oh, great, now I'm stuck with this pair of leggings and it has dogs in it and I'm a cat person. Like,
I honestly have, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I think that I've learned that even applying that flexibility and applying it to your VIP page too. Yes, it's really cool to have that awesome pair of unicorn leggings that everybody wants. But if you pair it with that shirt, because I really honestly hate when consultants do it, if you just pair it with that shirt because you've had it in your inventory for 5 months and they have nothing to do with each other and you're never going to wear them together and you are going to hate that shirt, but you really want those leggings, I think that is awful business practice. You really want them to love what they have. And I have learned to just, yes, I work really hard to put my sets together and I want you to love everything that I'm pattern mixing and just adore what I'm working so hard to do. But I get it if you don't. I get it. So I've started, and I told my girls, when I put these sets together, I won't be really, I mean, I might be a little sad if you don't love my sets, but here's some suggestions. They're going to be, you know, a set for 6 hours. But after that, if you don't want it, I'll separate the pieces. And that way, I mean, I'd rather sell a pair of leggings than not sell anything at all. So
I have a question, Morgan or Randy.
I was just going to say
go ahead, Blanca.
Okay. I just started doing the Hostess events about 2 weeks ago when Erin challenged us. But it's been slow. So I've been telling the hostesses that I could invite some of my VIPs from the group. But they say that they don't want my VIPs to take the good pieces, but they don't sell anything on their party. So how do you put it out there that you can invite your VIPs from your main group?
But I think that comes down to hostess prep. The suggestions that Morgan gave at the beginning, like, are these hostesses personally reaching to their guests, or are they just adding them to the party page? Because it's, I mean, I can completely agree. If I get added to like a lip sense party, I'm not gonna go come see what you have. But if you like write me and you're like, hey, you know, I'm doing this party. Is it okay if I add you? Would you like to be invited? Have you heard of it? Are you interested? I am interested. And if you reach personally to me, I have been dying to try lip sense. So I will be that much more likely to come to your party, you know?
Well,
so,
that's a requirement I have. They can't add people. So they have to invite 30 people. And out of those 30 people, they all get a $5 Starbucks card, or they get $5 of any other card they want, maybe, you know, whatever coffee shop is close by to them. So, I mean, they come in, they get their $5 thing, but since they're so new to LuLaRoe, they're scared of trying it. And the hostess, a lot of times, they're not here, they're not local to me. So they don't help me entice them, even though they are like, they're hardcore LuLaRoe shoppers.
You're giving every guest that comes into the party, you're giving them $5 card?
If they purchase $30 or more from the shop.
I mean, as far as, I just think getting the involvement, that's why I like going live. That for me has just kind of been able to show them, for those that are new. But I don't offer any other incentives. I do either free leggings or $25 Lula Cash that I say they can use towards a purchase. If I do like free leggings or something, obviously that doesn't like count towards hostess rewards or something like that. But I haven't felt the need to encourage them to buy. I put that on the hostess, and I let the hostess know the more engaged you are, the more effort you put forth, the more free stuff you're going to get, because that's your ultimate goal, is you want them to get lots of free stuff. And so I think just putting it on them like that, as far as, you know, if you want to earn the free dress that you're looking at, let's go. Let's
Okay, thank you.
For me, Candace, I saw Candace's comment pop up. For me, Candace, I do a picture of me wearing LuLaRoe. Hi, my name is Morgan. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a massage therapist, and I love LuLaRoe. This is, you know, a little brief thing of what LuLaRoe is, that it's unique, sold only through retailers. But I don't go too far into depth as far as what LuLaRoe is. I kind of keep that as just an introduction of who I am. No problem.
I also friends request my hostess before I start. And I kind of get to know them. Like if it's one of my VIPs that I don't know, or who I haven't gotten to know over, you know, the 6 month time, because sometimes I get new people. Like I have a hostess now who was in a private pop-up last week. She had never been on my page before. She joined my page. She bought another set. Next day she brought another set for her mom, and she's like, I want to host a party. And I'm like, sweet. So she's still new to LuLaRoe herself, and I don't know her, even as, you know, a customer of mine. So I friend request her, and I get to know her, and I message her on a daily basis almost, just so it's like we have that friend level, so she can feel comfortable with me, so she knows my personality. So if she has any questions, she doesn't feel, you know, weird about asking me questions. And then because I'm friends with them on Facebook, I can see what she's posting. So I can say, hey, did you make a post on your own page? And obviously I'm going to see it because I'm friends with her. So I know that, you know, I see that she's, you know, puts a link. My last hostess, she put the link up to the party. So she wasn't inviting people. She just put the link so people could join themselves. During the party, she made, now this is just for my single hostess. She took 2 items and she made sets, and she posted them on her wall herself and was like, hey, these are available in my party. Why don't you come and join? You know, cool. She really, really, I mean, she was pushing. I gave her all the free Lula because she this was the one I was talking about in the chat. I don't think the girl slept. And I left the party open for another 12 hours. And I did open it to the VIPs. She didn't ask me to, but I was so impressed by her sets. I was like, I would have never thought to pair that together. Girl, you need to be a consultant. She's like, you know, she really wants to. She doesn't have the funds right now. So, I mean, I didn't push her on it. I was like, girl, if these sets buy, all the free Lula, you know what I mean? And I opened up and a few people joined and she sold like 3 more things. And I mean, her page ended, her party ended on Monday. We still chat on that page. Like people who bought, cause they're just starting to get their stuff in the mail. I mean, and it was amazing. So it really helps to have that personal connection with your hostess. And I'm not saying you have to become friends with all 3,000 people that are in your VIP page, but for them to get to know you and trust you as a human being really, really, really helps. For them to know that you're not just there because you want, you know, to sell LuLaRoe. Like you want to help them love LuLaRoe just as much as we do. I love you too. So that really has helped me. And it is a lot of work, but I pour that over into my VIP page and say, hey, sorry guys, I've been MIA, you know, today. I've been, you know, pumping hard on this hostess. She's earned this, and that. And then I have them follow up too. Like, oh, this is what I got in the mail for hosting a party. You know, Randy's awesome. Cha-ching. You know, so I mean, I've had more
of that.
I've had more sales last month and this month just from, you know, from my pop-ups that I have on Wednesday nights. You know what I mean? Like that's just for fun. It's like, but the battles in the private pop-ups is where it's at, because it's amazing how many people still have no idea what LuLaRoe.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, or who are afraid to try things. And I tell people, I'm like, hey, you try this, it doesn't fit, you send it back and we'll get you something on you that you are going to love. You know?
I just want to say I'm loving your guys' passion. I'm also looking over here through all the video participants, and I'm so proud of you ladies. I know that you are with your kids at home, or you are driving like Lisa, or Morgan has had to arrange care for her kids and whatnot. I see you guys working this business every day. Just the fact that you've taken an hour to be here and to listen to this training, and you want to make your business better. I love you guys. So I do see that we have a couple more questions. Misha has, and I still say her name wrong. You need to please pronounce your name.
Misha. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. It's Misha, like you missed me. Misha.
Misha.
There you go.
Okay.
I'm sorry I missed the beginning, Morgan. Can you just tell me real fast, when you have 5 different groups open, are you posting the same inventory in each group? All albums the same?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Unless I happen to get something else new come in. Like I said, I pretty much ran out of TC. I had to buy some more TC from a local and get those in there. I would like to schedule, hopefully having a box come in midweek. That way I have some fresh stuff, but it really did not affect my sales whatsoever. So all my 3 last sales were my top 3 selling sales.
Okay. And you didn't have the same item be claimed by multiple people? I'm always so worried about that.
Nope, I kept 3 hours between the end of the first party and the start of the next. So that way I had time to make sure to go through and clear out. And as they were being claimed, I was removing them. I have folders of stuff on my computer, and as they're being claimed, I move them to a claimed album. So if they don't get paid for, I still have the picture. I can move it back if need be, but I always move stuff out as quickly as possible so it does not get reloaded.
Okay, thanks.
No problem.
Jody, I saw that you unmuted. Did you have a question?
I just wanted to comment on, after the group is closed and you take the albums out, you said that you leave the page up or you don't leave the page up. I mean, how long do you leave it up?
So when I open when I open a Hostess group, I favorite it. So when I'm on my homepage of Facebook, it's right there. All that I do is unpin it from the favorites there, and it kind of just trickles down in. I just make sure it says closed. I've gone back after a couple of months and closed stuff, but I like to make sure they have their items. There's no damage or anything else, issues with that. They can easily find me and contact me. And then after that, I just leave it be. They'll leave. I mean, it doesn't really stay, but I've gone through after a couple months and closed stuff. So
would you think that maybe, like, say after you've closed the party, you pull the albums, it might be a good spot to like put your VIP link, maybe announce your next album sale? Or
I do. I just have a splurge, like, I hope you enjoyed this. Comment below if you would like to host your own Hostess party. For the Hostess battle, I made sure to let them know. Like, some people like, oh, this was so fun, especially because I went back and put the winner, like, and the winner made a big deal out of it and announced who the winner was. And so they were like, oh, that's awesome. Especially people in the winning group were really excited about it. And then I just let them know, hey, I'm going to do this again next month. And so one of my girls this month was in a party from last month. So I just made sure I posted it, like, this is my link on my VIP page. This is where you can sign up. So, and actually I think 2 of my girls for this month are from last month's parties that were guests. So
brilliant.
That's super smart. So you, instead of letting them sign up right there, they have to go to your VIP to sign up for their own.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, definitely
brilliant.
always share your link, because you can find me here, and I let them know I have new inventory every week. Come on over my VIP page. So if you didn't find something you loved here, maybe you will in my next album pop-up, or something along those lines. Just come check it out. So
that addresses Candace's question. Candace, I saw you typed it out, if she advertises the hosted battles in her VIP. So yes, she does. She told us that she made a graphic, and it had like boxing gloves, and it said like battle, and she just made it fun and everything. So yes, that's where she advertised it, and that's where she got them to sign up.
Yeah, they sign up on my VIP page in order to sign up to be in the Hostess battle.
And then Courtney, sorry about that, you guys. Courtney, the 5 battles are each in one group. They're all separate. She does 1 per day. They're not all at the same time. I just want to clarify this, because I think that some of you think that she posts all of the inventory at once across 5 pages. Nope. That's not what she does, and I definitely don't recommend that you do that, because you will oversell. It's 1 per day. She just opens them all at the same time and makes all the same posts in the same order to not give anyone advantage. But she closes a party, gives herself 3 hours to clean up what has sold, and then posts to the next one.
Yep. And I do, I do preload. So if you guys choose to preload or anything like that, you need to just go ahead and make sure that you don't have anything that whatever sold in that previous album, that's, your responsibility. Make sure it's cleared out of that inventory you're posting the next album. But no, I do. It's 5 days, and it's 5 days of work, because each night I started to feel like a Groundhog Day for a minute there. I was like, all right, here we go again, posting this one, more outfits. And it challenged me because I was running low on solid. So my pattern mixing was getting more and more courageous, and you just have to go for it. But whatever, you do what you do, and each new thing you try is going to challenge you and make you a better retailer. So
Morgan, do you think that you'll continue to do the 5 days in a row, or do you think you'll switch that up and do it different?
So I've done the 2 or 3 hostesses in one party in 24 hours before, and it's fun, and I've been successful. If I'm going to make those kind of sales and be cruise qualifying sales like that, I would do it every day. Like each week, if I could do that over and over each week, if that's what it took for me to cruise qualify, I'd do it. So if I had enough interest. I don't have enough interest yet, but
and on your party days, like the 5 days that you're doing those, are you also doing lives, and do you put stuff back to do live sales on your VIP page, or are you just doing those Hostess pages?
So this is where I had to check in, like Randy said, where she had to go back and talk to her VIP page and let them know, like, hey guys, sorry I've been MIA. I had to do that. I went live and I said, I'm sorry guys that I have not been on here as much. I'm still doing my engagement posts. I was still trying to do an outfit of the day, those sort of things. But having a new box of inventory show up would at least give you the opportunity to do shop the box or something like that, or pop in and do a power hour, 10 a.m. between him, do a power hour live sale on your VIP page. So having that 3 hours just kind of gave me a chance to just kind of there's nothing posted. All right. I would have shoppers come shop my house at that time. So, and I think some hostesses, like when we did the actual training from home office, I think she only did 12-hour parties. She did like noon to midnight, and that was it.
Mhm.
So it gave her time to do other stuff.
Great, because if you are worried about leaving your VIPs hanging, that way you still give yourself time to sell to them too. And the thing is, if you do the first one, think about this, ladies. If you do the first one, and I mean, you sell 70 items like Morgan did, and it's amazing. And remember what I say, for every 25 that you sell, you should be ordering 33. So if you sold 70, you know, you're going to be having 66 new items coming in. Well, let's round it, 70 items coming in, and you can do a shop the box the next time that you have the same thing going on, and then all of that revenue is going to start helping you keep up with more things and more sales at once. So,
So that's actually what I have done. And you guys know I don't go live on my page very often. You know that's like the one thing that scares the bejeezers out of me. And I've gone live twice this week. Why? Because my albums have been tied up. I've had 4 past 7 days. So I'm sitting here flipping albums, and my inventory's tied up. But I've had boxes come in. I'm like, and I've heard, some of the coaches say, don't do a shop the box, because then you're only seeing your fresh inventory. But when you have new customers shopping your old inventory and they don't know that it's old, so everybody thinks everything is new. Those people who don't know who LuLaRoe is, they don't know that you've had those triangle purple leggings that you got from day one, that you have 7 pairs. They don't know that. They think they're new, and you show them with a shirt.
Definitely. It all depends on what you're catering to. Like a shop the box is not going to be any different than your old inventory to people who have never seen your old inventory. So, Courtney, I see your question here. She wants to know if you post all okay, I got it. Each day you post, all parties are able to buy. No, Courtney, she holds one party at a time. So she posts day 1, they shop. She closes that party. Sorry, she closes that party. Next day, day 2, she opens just for the people in the second group. She closes that, and so on and so forth. And then she keeps a tally. At the end of the 5 days, she's able to give a winner. Does that make sense?
It was my my hostess that was in the lead. She was the 3rd party, and my 5th party was really coming at it was a difference of 1 item. And she's a friend of mine, and she was going, but now nobody can come back and buy anything else. I was like, pressure, huh? Like, you should, sorry. So everybody only had that amount of time. So she got a little nervous. So I said, hey, you did awesome. I mean, she kicked butt. So
that's awesome. And maybe you guys, depending who your group of hostesses are, if you know that it's everybody in the military community or whatever, be strategic about your dates. Put them from the 1st through the 5th. Don't make them from the 8th through the 13th, because people are going to be too broke to buy anything. And
I schedule mine after the 15th, starting on a Saturday. So Thursday or Friday are usually a payday, and after the 15th, so I get my military as well. So I do the 18th through the 22nd last month and this month, because they fall on those days, but I'll kind of do whatever Saturday is after that second payday. So
because you don't want to schedule the 5th party for the 13th, because then the guests for that hostess are going to be like, I can't really do anything in the next 24 hours until we get paid. So be strategic, look at your calendar, plan ahead. I think that what I'm learning here from what Morgan's saying is pre-planning is key. If you can have your posts already pre-scripted, that's going to be tremendously helpful. If you can mess with Postcron or Hootsuite or whatever, that's great. Pre-plan your order ahead so that you have enough. 5 parties in 5 days is a lot. So you're going to want to have a lot on hand. And just hydrate, I guess. Hydrate and hustle.
Wear comfortable shoes, and make sure your phone is always fully charged to take pictures.
Morgan, I have a question for you. It's kind of a dumb question, and I think you may have addressed it already, but I've been kind of like going back and forth. I do not know how to make these parties fun. Maybe it's because it's in my head they're not that fun. So I'm not really sure how to make them like exciting and how to get my hostesses excited about it. Like, it's probably a personal problem, but
I think for me what helped, because the week long, and this is just my personal preference, but the week long lead up to a party before, it felt like it was just dragging.
yes.
I know that Randy said she cut hers down to even 4 days, but I think condensing it so it's more information in a shorter amount of time, making sure that you have a couple of giveaways. Because I only do 2 days in, I really have only been doing 2 giveaways, but I need to bring my Starbucks card giveaways back, because Starbucks cards are very popular, and it's a $5 giveaway. It's not a lot out of your pocket. So I think picking up a couple of fun giveaways. I've done games in the past. They love like the movie, like name your favorite movie at the end, add in leggings or in your leggings or what, you do those fun little games that are suggested. I do like the good one that I had that was really popular was Ask the Next Friend. So I always started with like, you basically put a this or that question with a 1-word answer, and I'll start, and then you answer and ask the next question. So I always started with coffee or tea, and then it would just kind of continue. And one party, it kept going, and it was like 70 responses. It was pretty extreme, and I would keep going, like, don't just respond once. Like, I would go and participate too. Whenever there was kind of a lull, I would go ahead and answer and ask another question, and kind of kept it going. And that boosts that engagement and that activity, so it's up on their pages more for the actual shopping day. So doing something like that the day before and making it a giveaway would certainly up that engagement for your party guests. So
Thank you. I love those ideas. Those are all really good. I've just been like so confused on how to make them exciting.
I mean, it's Facebook. At the end of the day, it's Facebook.
That was definitely not a stupid question. And I have to say, I consider myself a pretty outgoing person. I think that, like in the live sales, I can show excitement. I can make them fun. I can play a game. I can tell a story. I have personally struggled very much with my hostess events. I have not had what I would consider very successful parties. So that was definitely not stupid. I feel the same way. I'm like, this is boring. And listening to you girls, I'm really understanding where I was lacking. I mean, I really was posting my albums and being like, peace out. I'm going to go to Target because that's my happy place,
I know. They're more work. 1 or 2 kind of slow parties too. It made me even more have that like mentality of just, okay, I'm just going to post it to get out of the way and then I'm done.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly have a party going on right now that I use the same format, and I'm thinking that maybe the same format is not good for a single hostess because it doesn't have that sense of competitive, but I wanted to try it and see if the shorter time frame and everything worked. And I don't know if it's just her particular group and the fact that she's new to LuLaRoe too, but it's a slow party. But I can't let that discourage me. I know that the success is there. I know that I've done this format for the battles and it was successful, and you just got to give it what you can, and still just be kind to your hostesses too. The more you give to them, honestly, it's my hostess's birthday too. And I've done like birthday posts all day long. Like, it's her birthday. Let's get her some free stuff. Did she earn a free shirt? No. Am I going to send it to her? Yeah, it's her birthday. She needs free clothes. So, I mean, and hopefully there's been a couple of people interacting and they just haven't bought, but they've interacted. So hopefully they'll show up and shop on my VIP page. So
I loved your idea of doing the video of all the different styles, like in a short video. I think that is genius. I've never thought of doing that, and I love that idea.
Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that people just had an idea of what the styles were and how they actually work, like seeing the difference between a classic. And I just use my mannequin and I pull out a size small and everything, and I just kind of run through it and I throw it on her so they can kind of see that it's longer in the back on the classic, yada, yada. You just walk through those things and just using your mannequin and going through it quickly. And the more you do it, the faster it gets, and it just kind of a quick rundown. So
just one box. Sorry, guys. I thought I was muted.
Alrighty. Any other questions for me? 'Cause I'm going to prep for my fundraising album pop-up.
This was
Hey,
amazing.
Morgan, just one quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Hey, would you be interested in, or would it be okay, like if you add those of us that wanted to see how it works, considering all of them, you post everything the same in each one? Could we like join maybe the one that you do first of this month so that we can see how you're doing it?
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
wonderful.
That'd be totally fine.
Thank you.
Sure.
All right, ladies, thank you so much for your time, Morgan. Thank you, ladies, for joining, for making the time to be here. This is recorded, so for those of you that missed the beginning or had to hop out, or you have downline that couldn't make it, it will be posted to the team page. I will not commit to any sort of time frame because I am behind like on life these days. So it will be up, I promise. Thank you so much. This was amazing. Like, you have me pumped. I'm so excited to try this. Thank you.
Yay.
Thank
so
you,
much.
Morgan.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Randy, as
Thank
well,
you.
for all your
Thank
input.
you, Randy. All right.
All right, ladies. Have a great Thursday. Happy selling.
Yay.
Yay.
Bye.
Dang.